Yo, what's going on, guys? And today, of course, we'll be discussing Javonte Green, Seth Curry, and Mr. Malcolm Brogdon heading into the Golden State Warriors, as well as some little bit of Josh Giddey news. So what are your guys' thoughts on this information? Do you guys like the report that we're hearing specifically? As you guys know, the Warriors have 6 open roster spots. It's a foregone conclusion, allegedly, behind the scenes as they wait for this whole Jonathan Kuminga situation to play itself out, as that's basically the holdup right here. And once that is done, Anthony Melton and Al Horford will be signing with the team. That leaves 4 roster spots. Let's say either Kuminga or Josh Giddey ends up on this team. That's 3 roster spots. Those final 3 roster spots seemingly are going to go to 1, Seth Curry, the younger brother of Steph Curry, that if anybody's played 2K has probably put him on the same team as them at least once. And then Mr. Malcolm Brogdon, the locker room lawyer, but a guy who played the 1, 2, 3, a former 6 Man of the Year candidate, a guy who health has been a question for him, but a career almost 39% three-point shooter, has averaged like 15 points per game and can be a secondary ball handler, can help the second unit playing on or off the ball next to Curry and Butler, and even next to Green in terms of like lineup. So this is a team that allegedly is also looking to bring back Gary Payton II. So Gary Payton II, DeAnthony Melton, Al Horford, and either Jonathan Kuminga or Josh Giddey means 4 spots. So 2 of those players, I'm going to put Seth Curry as the 5th guy. So Javonte Green or Malcolm Brogdon. If they get all the other guys that we had just aforementioned, I personally would go Javonte Green over Malcolm Brogdon, A, because of health, and B, because of availability, C, what they need positional, depth-wise. Javonte Green could be a backup power forward and also small forward. This is someone that Green played for both the Pelicans and the Cavaliers last year, played with the Pelicans on both teams on a veteran minimum, but started out the year with the Pelicans, then requested a release to go to the Cavaliers to be on a team that had playoff aspirations, or actually was going to be playoff team caliber. But he was someone who spent the first couple of years of his career overseas, then broke into the NBA on the Chicago Bulls, and he's just a really good energy hustle player who plays tenacious point of attack defense, can guard 1 through 4, arguably more 2 through 4, but can hit open corner threes, finish plays in transition, and is a solid player off ball as a cutter. So to me, I think if they can bring in all the 4 players, either bring back Kuminga or get Giddey, that's fine. Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II, Seth Curry, which I assume is just pretty much, come on, they're both at the end of the career. Let's have the brothers play together at least once. He went to Charlotte last year, god dang. Now, then you also do Javonte Green right there, and I think that's a great bench that you just put together. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. What do you guys think of this, and what is your opinion on a potential deal that would bring any of these players here? So we're just going to loop at what we talked about yesterday. Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we got to talk Josh Giddey heading to Oakland, San Francisco, whatever you want to say Golden State is. They're interested in backcourt help. Hey, younger bro, Seth Curry, going to finally join his brother. That could also be happening. Malcolm Brogdon seems to be, I guess, maybe the consolation prize, the backup, plan C. But let's talk about it. It seems like these Josh Giddey report comes as a result as the team may or may not be looking to move off of Jonathan Kuminga. Reports have just suggested that the Darius Saric, Devin Carter with 2 second-round picks, or the Malik Monk and a protected first-round pick is not what the Warriors deem as a suitable package. Then there was I believe, a 3-year, 4-year, I think it was a 4-year, $90 million deal that was agreed upon with the Suns, with Kuminga in his camp. However, the compensation being either Royce O'Neal and Nick Richards or Grayson Allen and whatever other salary filler, not being enough for the Golden State Warriors to be interested. We all thought that the Jonathan Kuminga trade, if it was going to be to Chicago, was going to be for Nikola Vucevic, but it seems like it could be for Giddey. Now, Golden State is looking to bolster, improve, upgrade their backcourt behind Steph Curry. We were hearing that it's a foregone conclusion that Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton were going to join the Warriors, and if that's the case, maybe Gary Payton was gone or he could come back, even though we saw him speaking to Ansi Sala in Las Vegas. They're allegedly, according to Jake Fisher, targeting Josh Giddey, Seth Curry, and Malcolm Brogdon. One thing I'll note about Malcolm Brogdon is he is known as a locker room lawyer. You can take that with what you want, but that is the report. So, moving forward with the news that we're hearing, if you guys have made it so far, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think of the potential moves? In the comments, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Like and subscribe for more content like this. Currently, Curry, B-Pod, Moses Moody, and Buddy Hield are their only. I think Moses Moody is more of a swing man, so we're gonna go same thing with Buddy Hield. B-Pod and Curry are the really only true guards on this roster. Guy Saunders backs up, Jimmy Buckets. Draymond Green doesn't really have a true backup. Quinn Post, Trace Jackson Davis are their only bigs that on this roster that you would say are pure bigs. We'll give you guys a nice little look of what that roster looks like. They do have Alex Tui, who they just brought in this year. Jackson Rowe and Will Richard being another guard. But this is the current roster, as we just mentioned before, if you guys wanted to see a nice little visualization of it. And, of course, I think one of the interesting things about this deal is if Giddey came here, that'd be killer. I'm telling you right now, I love it. And we know that Giddey is frustrated. They're $10 million apart. The Bulls are offering $20 million a year. His camp wants $30 million a year. I mean, the guy deserves to be paid just as much as Emmanuel quickly. And I know, Toronto has its tax in terms of they have to overpay people to come there. But come on, ladies and gentlemen. And the whole thing, though, if they are going to do this deal, if they are going to get over the finish line to move Kuminga and sign and trade, it is potential. But that pathway involves a sign and trade. Let's talk about those. Brogdon and Curry, it's pretty straightforward, and we'll talk about those options right now before we get into the signing trades. So, what does Giddey give them? First off, I want to talk Brogdon and Curry. Brogdon being a veteran playmaker, health has been the biggest thing with him over the last few years, but he is a guy who's averaged 15 points and almost 5 assists a night on 39% almost from 3. Additionally, he would be someone who can play the 1, the 2, or the 3. He can guard multiple positions, even though he's more of an offensive pass guy. Run the second unit, be a secondary playmaker, be a ball handler who can play on or off the ball next to Curry and Jimmy Butler. He's someone who, brings just a lot of experience and was a 6th man of the year, so he knows what he's doing. Then Seth Curry, a 43.3% career three-point shooter. He is the younger brother of Steph Curry. He went to Liberty, then he went to Duke. Floor spacer, who last year was with his Charlotte Hornets hometown. I can tell you a story when I was in juvie. The guy who was like the principal of the juvie I was at, when he worked in Charlotte, Del Curry T-boned him and totaled his car and was like, "Hey, it's me, baby. It's me, baby." And he was like, "No, okay." He's like, "I still want your card. Give me your ID. I don't know who you are." And the guy was like, "Don't worry. How much you want? How much you want? I'll write a check." He's like, I'd like your ID card. And the guy was like, "Nah, but man, it's me, baby. I got you. How much you want?" And he's like, "Nah, give me the ID card." So he gets the guy's ID card. He starts reading it. And he realizes it's Del Curry. And Del Curry wrote him a check to get himself a new Acura TL. Either way,